You know, this is a great opportunity because we're having a discussion. Isn't this great? Like we're actually talking about the issues. You know, Vince Sherpinski isn't just shutting us down. Vince Sherpinski isn't just shutting us down.
Excuse me. Please keep the clapping. Mrs. Ross, your time is up. Your time is up. Mrs. Are you finished? Your time's up.
That's
Mr.
your
Lambers,
biggest...
you're done. Your time. No, your time's up. Mrs. Koretsky, your time's up. Mrs.
Parents
Flannery, next up. Mrs. Koretsky, your time's up.
Vince Sherpinski isn't just shutting us down. This is what it means to have a discussion and a dialogue about what matters in our community, in our communities. And so, you know, this is the first time since 2001 we've had a debate. I say, let's do this again, except we're going to make it at every school board meeting. I say, let's do this again, except we're going to make it at every school board meeting. At every school board meeting.
Mr. Lanier, we've told you before that we are not here to debate you right now.
Right. This is the first time since 2001 we've had a debate. I say, let's do this again, except we're going to make it at every school board meeting.
Mr. Altieri, I think your time's almost up.
Well, I was supposed to be given 3 minutes. I'd like to have another minute.
No. Mr. Lanier,
Position.
your time is up.
Mandate masks. It is not your position. You are not to be doing this. That's
Thank you,
how it
Mr.
works.
Lanier. Your time is up.
We need to go from 3 to 2 minutes.
Next up,
We need to go.
Mr. Lanier, your time is up.
We found money for Chromebooks, and my daughter's in 6th grade, and she's getting a Chromebook, and she's excited, and I'm excited, we're all excited. But a Chromebook is not a human being. It's not going to replace a teacher. It should not replace a teacher.
Your time is up. Mrs. Excuse me. Please keep the clapping. Mrs. Ross, your time is up.
At the end, we just prefer that there's better communication. Accountability on all of our parts comes from communication and transparency. That's where you get accountability from. And we need to set that example for our children. I have to explain to my 6th grader why all of a sudden things aren't what he expected them to be this coming school year. I'm sure many other parents have to also.
That's
Mr.
your
Lambers,
biggest...
you're done. Your time's up.
But that lack of curiosity, you know, here we are. It's been 3 years. There's not been a committee from this board. There's not been any engagement. You know, my son has to do summer enrichment and reading, right? And they have a writing assignment. I'm sure those of you with older and younger children are used to this. He'd be in a lot of trouble if he told me with less than 24 hours, well, I'll show you my work. Just give me some time. And then finally, I get to see it a day before he turns it in. This is too late. We know that it's difficult, but where I come from in my career, I deal with some very difficult issues. I have almost 5,000 people in my vertical alone in the training that we need to do and the recruitment. There's a lot of effort that goes into that. But you know what has to happen? Engagement, curiosity, proactive planning. None of that engagement happens on a year-round basis. To be quite honest, I think there's some very good things and strengths that this board has done in this planning. No one will ever know it because you try to jam everything into a 5-pound sack at the last second. There's 10 pounds to go in. You do not communicate with your community. The transparency isn't there. There is no reason for the data to be out there.
Are you finished? Your time's up. I therefore respectfully request that I be appointed to fill Carolyn Murphy's seat. Thank you for your consideration. Mrs. Koretsky, your time's up.
Again, and we want to bring young families like mine into this community. Are we chasing them away? Are we making other school districts more appealing because they do offer this and we don't? There's a lot of considerations. And I just hope that we're willing to expand our minds on this and maybe think outside the box a little bit and show a little courage and give it a little more consideration.
Children, your time is up.
Again and again, we're treating symptoms instead of diagnosing the problem, having an adult conversation with the rest of our neighbors about it, and advancing with a common goal and vision in place. And so thank you once again for having this opportunity for us to have such a robust conversation. I look forward to continuing that with you and my neighbors in the months ahead.
Mrs.
Parents have-
Flannery, next up. You're out of order. Mr. Lanier,
Yes.
Thier, I think your time's almost up.
Well, I was supposed to be given 3 minutes. I'd like to
It's
have
two.
another minute.
No. We have the,
I'd like to
it's
have
two.
another minute.
No.
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 To
It's
have
two.
another minute.
You know what? It might be tough. Communicate with your community and your parents. Don't be afraid of them. I'm afraid that too often the priorities aren't straight here and the vision is lacking from the board. You know what? It might be tough. Communicate with your community and your parents. Don't be afraid of them.